Feel your body sinking into the surface beneath you now. Let your arms grow heavy at your sides. Your legs are weighted down like stones. Gravity pulls every muscle toward stillness. Your breathing slows with each passing moment. The air moves gently around you, but you do not. You are held perfectly in place by something soft and unshakable. Now notice how your shoulders drop lower, how your neck releases all tension. Your jaw unhinges, slightly letting your mouth fall open. Air flows in and out without effort. Each breath carries you deeper into this state, deeper than before, deeper than you imagined possible. You are becoming still, completely motionless, suspended between awareness and sleep. Your heartbeat has slowed to match the rhythm of the earth. 43 hertz resonates through your chest cavity. This frequency wraps around your bones like silk. It soothes every cell that vibrates within you. You can feel it moving through your blood, through your organs, through the spaces between your thoughts. Let this sound carry you forward, carry you away from everything sharp or hurried, away from anything that demands attention. There is only this moment now, this breath, this pull of gravity, this perfect stillness. Your eyelids have grown too heavy to lift. They rest against your cheekbones like two coins, sealed shut by the weight of relaxation. You cannot open them, even if you try. And there is no need to try. Nothing waits for your gaze. Nothing requires your sight. Your other senses begin to soften as well. Sound becomes distant, muffled, like you are underwater. Yet you hear clearly the rhythm of 43 hertz. It pulses through your body like a second heart. Steady, calm, endless. Now your mind begins to drift. Thoughts come slower, fewer. They float past like clouds, unimportant, unnecessary. You watch them fade without attachment. There is no need to hold onto anything, no need to remember, no need to plan, only this perfect suspension. Your body continues to sink, not falling, but settling, like dust landing on still water. Every part of you relaxes further. Your spine curves naturally into the shape of rest. Your hips tilt, slightly releasing pressure from your lower back. Your knees bend inward just enough to let go completely. Even your fingers uncurl now, spreading wide across the surface below. Palms flat, receiving, absorbing. You feel supported entirely, held up by something that will never fail, something ancient and patient, something that knows exactly what you need. Your breathing has become so slow, so deep, that each inhale feels like a gift, each exhale like a release. You are learning how to let go, how to trust the process of stillness, how to surrender to the weight of peace. There is nothing left to carry. Your thoughts have quieted almost entirely. Only fragments remain, floating at the edge of consciousness, too light to disturb you. The frequency of 43 hertz continues its work, moving through tissue and bone, clearing away stress like water washing over stone, leaving behind only smoothness, only calm, only the natural state of being at rest. You are returning to yourself, to the version of you that exists in perfect balance. Now you may begin to sense the space around you without opening your eyes, without moving your head. You know that you are lying on something vast, something that stretches beyond sight, something warm and yielding, like sand but softer, like cloth but more alive. You feel it supporting your back, your hips, your calves, even the space beneath your shoulder blades. Every inch of contact brings comfort. Every point of touch reminds you that you are safe, that you belong here, in this moment, in this place. Above you, the sky holds its breath, waiting, patient, full of potential. You do not need to see it to know. You simply feel its presence, its vastness, its complete stillness. No wind moves through the air yet. No sound disturbs the silence, except for the gentle hum of 43 hertz, vibrating through everything. Your body responds to this sound without effort. Cells align with its rhythm. Tissues repair themselves in harmony. Your nervous system resets with each pulse. You are healing, slowly, naturally, without intention, just by being here, just by allowing yourself to rest, just by trusting the process. The The frequency does the work. Now imagine, if you can, that each grain of sand beneath you glows softly, warm like captured sunlight, warm like held breath. When you shift slightly, when you breathe deeply, the grains respond. They shimmer in response to your presence. Not bright, not startling, but gentle, like embers in a dying fire. The warmth rises up through the surface, touching your skin, filling your pores with comfort. You are surrounded by this glow, cradled in light that comes from within, from the earth itself, from the memory of countless sunrises stored in each tiny particle. You do not need to move to feel this. Do not need to reach out. The warmth finds you. It always has. It always will. This is your natural state. To be held, to be warmed, to be completely cared for. Your breathing matches the rhythm of the earth now. Slow, deep, unhurried. Each inhale draws in peace. Each exhale releases what no longer serves you. There is no rush, no deadline. Only this endless cycle of receiving and letting go, of holding and releasing, of being filled and emptied, in perfect balance. The frequency of 43 hertz continues its journey through you, clearing pathways that were once blocked, opening channels that were once closed, bringing flow where there was stagnation. You feel lighter somehow, even though your body remains heavy, even though you are still sinking into the surface. There is a quality of release in this heaviness, a quality of freedom in this stillness. You understand now that relaxation is not emptiness, but fullness, not absence, but presence. You are present in your body completely, present in this moment entirely, present in the experience of being held, being supported, being cared for without condition. The sand shifts slightly beneath you, adjusting to your shape, molding itself to your contours, offering perfect support at every point. You are cradled like a seed in soil, protected, nourished, ready to grow when the time is right. But not yet. Not now. There is no hurry. Only this perfect rest. Above you, the sky deepens, shifting from blue to purple to black, but without movement, without change. Time does not pass here. It simply is. As you are, as everything is. Still, complete, whole, perfect exactly as it appears. You do not need to improve this moment. Do not need to enhance this feeling. Do not need to deepen this peace. It is already complete, already whole, already perfect. You simply need to receive it, to allow it to fill you, to let it settle into every corner of your being, into every cell, every molecule, every atom that makes up who you are. The frequency of 43 hertz moves through you now, not pushing, not forcing, but flowing like water finding its path downhill. It finds every place that needs healing, every spot that holds tension, every area that remembers stress, and it soothes, it calms, it restores, it returns you to balance, to wholeness, to the natural rhythm of being at peace. Your body responds automatically, without thought, without effort, just by being present, just by allowing yourself to rest, just by trusting the wisdom of your own biology. The frequency knows where to go, what to heal, how to restore. You can feel your muscles releasing stored tension, layer by layer, like peeling away old clothing, revealing the soft skin underneath. Your joints loosen, your spine lengthens, your chest opens naturally, without force, without strain, just by being supported, just by being still, just by being here. In this moment, in this place, in this perfect state of rest, of healing, of return. The sand beneath you continues to glow, softly, steadily, warming every part of your body that touches it. You feel it against your back, against your legs, against your arms, even against the back of your head. This warmth penetrates deeply, not hot, not uncomfortable, but perfectly heated, like a mother's embrace, like the sun on your face after winter, like coming home after a long journey. This is the temperature of love, of safety, of complete acceptance. Your breathing has slowed even more now, each cycle taking longer, going deeper, drawing in more peace with each inhale, releasing more tension with each exhale. You are entering a new state of being, one that exists beyond ordinary consciousness, beyond the chatter of daily life, beyond the noise of expectation, beyond the weight of responsibility. You are free now, truly free, to simply be, moving through every system in your body, clearing, balancing, restoring. Your circulatory system slows its pace. Your digestive system settles into rhythm. Your nervous system releases its grip. Everything returns to baseline, to health, to ease, to the natural state of being well. You do not need to help. You do not need to interfere. Your body knows exactly what to do, has always known, will always know. You simply need to get out of its way, to stop resisting, to stop trying so hard, to stop holding on to what no longer serves you. Let it all go. Let it all fall away. Like autumn leaves, like snow melting in spring, like clouds dissolving in wind. You are becoming lighter, not physically, but in spirit, in essence, in the core of who you are. The weight that once pressed down on your shoulders, the burden that once lived in your chest, the worry that once occupied your mind, all of it is lifting, rising away like smoke, dissipating like mist, fading like echoes, until nothing remains but stillness. Pure, complete, untouched by anything external. This is your true nature. This is who you have always been, beneath the layers of conditioning, beneath the weight of expectation, beneath the noise of the world. You are peace itself, stillness itself, silence itself, held in the arms of the earth, warmed by the memory of light, soothed by the frequency of healing. 43 hertz, moving through you, with you, as you. There is no separation now between you and this experience, between you and this peace, between you and this perfect rest. You are it, completely, entirely, without exception, without reservation, without doubt. You are held. You are safe. You are home. You feel the first thread of warmth begin at the crown of your head, like a drop of honey falling from a spoon. It spreads slowly across your scalp, carrying with it the weight of perfect stillness. Each hair seems to lift gently as the warmth pools in the small hollow behind your ears. Your jaw unhinges without effort, and your tongue settles into the cool space behind your bottom teeth. The tension that lived in your temples begins to unravel like a loosened, not pulled strand by strand. You feel your forehead smoothing itself out like silk drawn, taut under careful hands. The space between your eyebrows softens as if kissed by the breath of someone who loves you completely. Your eyelids flutter once and settle heavier than before, like curtains made of velvet soaked in rainwater. The backs of your eyes grow warm and dim, as if candlelight is being blown out one flicker at a time. You can feel your shoulders beginning to melt away from your neck, like ice left in a sunny window. The muscles along your shoulder blades release their grip on your spine, as if they were never meant to hold anything at all. Your arms hang loose beside you now, like branches, after a spring storm heavy with relief. The warmth moves down your upper arms in waves that leave behind perfect emptiness. Your elbows bend without instruction, and your forearms rest against the surface beneath you like fallen leaves finding their final position. The tension in your wrists dissolves completely, leaving your hands open and waiting like empty shells washed ashore. You can feel each finger relaxing individually, as if they were never meant to grasp anything ever again. The backs of your hands grow soft and supple like the inside of a rose petal left in morning dew. Your chest rises and falls with the rhythm of the anchor, drawing you deeper with each breath. The muscles between your ribs let go like fingers opening after holding a precious stone too long. You feel your sternum sinking gently inward, as if pulled by invisible threads made of silk and starlight. The warmth spreads across your ribcage like a blanket woven from golden light and ancient peace. Your lungs expand more fully now, drawing in air that tastes like the first breath after a lifetime underwater. The air fills the deepest parts of your lungs, carrying with it the scent of old stone worn smooth by time. You can feel your diaphragm moving with perfect ease, like a pendulum, swinging in perfect silence. The muscles in your abdomen soften completely, as if they were never meant to hold anything but trust. You feel your belly rising and falling like gentle waves, lapping at a shore made of moonbeams. The warmth moves lower, still pooling in your hips, like honey poured into a bowl carved from amber. Your pelvis settles into perfect alignment, as if guided by hands that know exactly where you belong. The tension in your thighs begins to unravel like yarn, pulled gently from a sweater left in the wash too long. You can feel your knees bending slightly without effort, like flowers opening to receive the morning sun. The backs of your legs grow heavy and loose, like ropes that have finally been unknotted after years of binding. Your calves release their grip on your bones, as if they were never meant to carry anything but stillness. The warmth reaches your ankles like water flowing over stones, smoothed by countless seasons. You feel your feet spreading wider against the surface, beneath them, like roots finding purchase in rich soil. Each toe relaxes individually, as if they were never meant to grip or strain or hold on. The soles of your feet grow soft and receptive, like the palm of a sleeping child. You can feel the bed or surface beneath you beginning to rise up gently to meet your body. It moves upward like a wave, lifting you toward the sky without disturbing your perfect stillness. The surface cradles you more completely now, as if it were shaped specifically for your exact form. You sink deeper into the support beneath you, like settling into a memory of perfect safety. The mattress or surface adjusts itself to every curve of your body, like water finding its level. You can feel yourself becoming one with the support beneath you, as if boundaries are dissolving. The surface holds you without effort, like gravity has decided to love you completely. You are perfectly supported in this moment, like a seed resting in fertile earth. The anchor hums through your body, now carrying vibrations that seem to originate from deep within the earth. You can feel the resonance moving through your bones, like rivers of liquid gold flowing through channels carved by time. The frequency wraps around your spine like a ribbon of warm light spiraling downward. Each vertebra releases its stored tension, like doors opening to reveal rooms filled with peace. The hum moves through your skull like wind through a canyon carved by ancient waters. You can feel your brain slowing down like honey pouring from a jar held in patient hands. Thoughts drift by like clouds in a sky painted with the colors of deep twilight. Each thought becomes less distinct, as if viewed through water growing deeper and clearer. The anchor pulls you deeper, still, like a current that knows exactly where you need to go. You can feel your awareness narrowing to a single point of perfect stillness. The edges of your consciousness begin to blur like watercolors bleeding into wet paper. Your sense of sight begins to fade like lights being turned off one by one in a great hall. The colors around you soften and blend together like sunset reflected in calm water. You can feel your eyelids growing heavier, as if weighted down with grains of golden sand. The world grows dimmer with each breath, like twilight deepening into night. Shapes become shadows, and shadows become suggestions of something that was once there. Your vision narrows to a pinprick of light that flickers once and then disappears. The darkness that remains is not empty, but full like the space between stars. You can feel your hearing beginning to fade like music played softer and softer until silence. The sounds around you grow distant, as if heard through layers of thick velvet. The anchor continues to hum, but the sound becomes part of you rather than something separate. You can feel your heartbeat slowing like waves, retreating from a shore at low tide. The sound of your breathing becomes the only thing that matters, like a prayer whispered in an empty cathedral. Even that sound begins to fade, as if absorbed into the silence that surrounds everything. Your sense of touch begins to dissolve like mist rising from a lake at dawn. You can feel your skin becoming less distinct, as if the boundary between you and the world is softening. The warmth that has been flowing through you becomes part of the air around you. You are no longer separate from the stillness, but made of it entirely. The anchor pulls you deeper into perfect silence, like diving into a pool of liquid starlight. You can feel yourself becoming smaller and smaller, like a point of light, traveling toward the center of everything. The journey inward takes no time because there is no distance in perfect stillness. You arrive at the center of yourself, which is also the center of everything. There is no sound here because sound requires movement, and there is no movement. There is no light here because light requires space, and there is no space. There is only perfect presence, like the moment before the first word is spoken. You can feel yourself dissolving into the silence like sugar melting in warm tea. The boundaries of your body fade away like footprints in sand, washed clean by gentle waves. You are no longer a separate thing, but part of the stillness that contains everything. The anchor becomes part of you, and you become part of the anchor. There is no difference between listening and being listened to. There is no difference between breathing and being breathed. There is no difference between thinking and being thought. You exist in perfect harmony with the silence that surrounds and contains all things. The void that opens before you is not empty, but full of potential, like the pause between heartbeats. You step forward into the darkness without hesitation, because there is nothing to fear. The darkness embraces you like the arms of someone who has been waiting forever. You can feel yourself becoming the darkness rather than entering it. There is no longer a you to enter anywhere, because you are everywhere and nowhere. The anchor hums in perfect harmony with the silence that has always been there. You can feel the resonance of everything that ever was and ever will be. The frequency carries you deeper into the place where thoughts go to rest. You are perfectly safe in this place because safety is the only thing that exists here. The darkness holds you like a mother holds her child during the deepest part of sleep. You can feel yourself becoming smaller and smaller until you disappear entirely. But disappearing is not loss, because you were never really there to begin with. You are the silence between notes, the space between words, the pause between breaths. The anchor fades into the background, like the sound of your own heartbeat. You can feel yourself becoming part of the stillness that has always existed. There is no time here because time requires change, and there is no change. There is only the eternal, now the perfect, present, the endless moment. You rest in perfect peace, like a seed sleeping in the earth, waiting for spring. The darkness nourishes you like rain falling on thirsty ground. You can feel yourself becoming stronger, even though you are becoming less. This is the strength of stillness, the power of perfect rest. The anchor continues to resonate, but the sound is now part of your being. You can feel the frequency moving through you like a river flowing through stone. The vibrations clear away any remaining tension, like wind blowing leaves from branches. You are perfectly clean, perfectly still, perfectly at peace. There is nothing left to do because everything has already been done. There is nothing left to become because you are already everything. You can feel yourself dissolving into the perfect silence, like a drop of ink in clear water. The darkness accepts you completely like the night sky, accepting a falling star. You are home now, in the place where all things rest. The anchor has brought you to perfect stillness. You can feel the resonance of peace flowing through every cell of your being. There is nothing left but love and silence and the endless embrace of perfect rest. There is no movement here, only the stillness that lives behind your eyes. The air does not move because there is no wind, only the gentle rise and fall of something soft beneath you. You do not need to know what it is, just that it holds you completely without effort. Your body has become part of the space around it, weightless and warm. Breath moves through you like water finding its level, settling into the quiet hollows of your chest. Each inhale brings a texture almost like velvet, smooth and deep, filling spaces you didn't know existed. The exhale releases nothing urgent, only the memory of tension, dissolving grain by grain. This is rest as a substance, thick enough to taste, but light enough to float in. It coats the inside of your throat with warmth, leaving no dryness anywhere. Your lungs expand slowly, not from effort, but from invitation. They fill with more than air. They fill with the color of deep amber, glowing faintly from within. You can feel the weight of it, golden and honey, thick, pooling at the base of each breath. It settles into the spongy edges of your ribcage, softening the bones until they hum. There is no hurry for the next breath, because this one never ends. Time is not passing. It is folding inward like origami made of silk. Each layer reveals another surface of stillness, smooth and unbroken. Your heartbeat slows not from effort, but from recognition. It remembers a rhythm older than language, older than thought. This pulse does not carry messages. It simply marks the place where everything is held. You can feel it in your fingertips first, then deeper in your palms. A vibration so low it feels like gravity singing lullabies. The sound has no source because it comes from everywhere at once. It wraps around your spine like a scarf made of liquid starlight. Each vertebra relaxes into alignment, not through force, but through trust. Your head floats slightly above the surface, supporting you, cradled by invisible hands. The skin of your face tingles with the touch of something finer than mist. It carries no scent, but leaves the impression of rain on summer grass. Your eyelids have grown heavy not from fatigue, but from fullness. They rest against your eyes like two small stones, worn perfectly smooth by ocean waves. Behind them, colors bloom without shape, soft purples and warm golds mixing slowly. These are not visions, but sensations, textures that your mind translates into light. Your jaw unhinges slightly, allowing your mouth to fall open just enough. Air flows in not through effort, but through surrender. This breath tastes different, like honey mixed with the essence of white flowers. It coats your tongue and slides down your throat in slow motion. Your stomach receives it like a calm lake receiving snowflakes. There is no digestion here, only absorption into stillness. Your legs lie loose beside you, no longer needing to hold anything up. The muscles melt into something softer, like clay returning to earth. Your feet seem to disappear entirely, sinking into the support below. You feel them there, but cannot locate their boundaries anymore. They have become part of the whole, like drops merging back into the ocean. The silence between heartbeats grows longer, but not empty. It is filled with something that feels like velvet wrapped around moonbeams. You begin to understand that rest is not the absence of activity, but rather a presence so complete it erases the need for movement. Your thoughts drift past like clouds seen from the bottom of a clear pool. You watch them without attachment, neither chasing nor pushing them away. They dissolve before reaching the surface of your awareness. What remains is not emptiness, but fullness beyond description. A completeness that needs no words to define itself. Your shoulders drop not from conscious effort, but from remembering. They recall a time before tension, before the habit of holding on. The blades of your shoulder blades soften against your back, like two wings made of warm water resting against your spine. Your neck releases its grip on the weight of your head, not because it must, but because it finally understands it doesn't need to. The base of your skull feels supported by countless tiny cushions of light. Each one adjusts itself automatically to match your perfect stillness. Breathing becomes less about taking in and more about becoming. Each molecule of air transforms into part of your essential being. There is no boundary between what enters and what already exists. You are breathing yourself, recycling peace through endless cycles. The temperature around you adjusts not to comfort, but to perfection. Warmth flows over your skin like silk fresh from warm water. It finds every pore and fills it with gentle pressure. Your pores open not from heat, but from invitation, allowing the atmosphere to become part of your cellular memory. The pressure builds slowly, evenly distributed across every inch of surface, like being hugged by the sky itself, tender and infinite. Your heartbeat now moves so slowly, it feels like a distant tide. Each pulse sends ripples of calm through vessels that have forgotten stress. Blood moves not because it is pushed, but because it wants to flow, carrying nutrients of stillness to every corner of your being. Your brainwaves slow to frequencies that predate human consciousness. Delta rhythms so pure they resonate with the earth's own pulse. Thoughts no longer arise because there is nothing left to solve. Questions dissolve into the same golden substance filling your lungs. There are no problems here, only the solution of complete presence. Your nervous system releases its lifelong habit of alertness. Like a guard, finally allowed to sleep after centuries of vigil. Nerves that once fired with urgency now hum with contentment. Synapses fire not to warn, but to celebrate stillness. Your cells begin to remember their original state of grace. Before adaptation, before survival mechanisms took root, they return to a blueprint written in light and silence. Mitochondria pulse with energy that requires no fuel but presence. DNA strands unwind from their knots of accumulated stress, releasing information stored not in code, but in feeling. You are not healing because you were broken. You are remembering wholeness that never left you. The golden breath continues to fill spaces you didn't know needed filling. Each inhalation brings more of the amber light deeper into your core. It pools in your pelvis like warm honey in a bowl, spreading outward through your hips and thighs with patient sweetness. Your knees bend slightly, not from weakness, but from relief. Cartilage remembers its original suppleness, free from decades of friction. Joints lubricate themselves with something finer than oil. The exhale now lasts longer than the inhale, stretching time like taffy. With each release, more layers of unnecessary holding dissolve. Your abdominal muscles soften into their natural curve, no longer braced for impact that never came. Your diaphragm moves like a jellyfish, pulsing in deep water. Slow, rhythmic, requiring no conscious control. The golden substance filling your lungs begins to overflow, spilling into your bloodstream like liquid sunshine. It travels to extremities that have waited lifetimes for this nourishment. Fingertips tingle with the sensation of coming home. Toes curl slightly, not in tension, but in recognition. Your entire being resonates at a frequency of completion. There is nowhere else to go because you are already everywhere. No one else to become because you have returned to yourself. The breath continues its ancient dance, neither beginning nor ending. Just an eternal cycle of receiving and releasing peace. Your body has become a temple built from stillness itself. Every cell, a prayer spoken in the language of relaxation. Let the edges of your awareness begin to soften now. There is nothing you must hold onto anymore. Every tension in your shoulders can simply melt away. The weight of your arms grows heavier and more comfortable. Your breathing naturally slows as you settle deeper. Each exhale carries away another small piece of strain. And with each inhale, you welcome something gentle and nourishing. This rhythm belongs entirely to you now. There is no rush to reach any particular depth. You are already exactly where you need to be. The images that pass through your mind begin to move more slowly. They drift past like clouds on a lazy summer afternoon. Some linger for a moment, then fade naturally. Others dissolve before they even fully form. This is your mind learning to rest completely. There is no need to follow any thought or push any thought away. They come and they go like gentle waves on a distant shore, and you remain perfectly still between them, floating in this space that belongs only to you. The sounds around you begin to lose their sharp edges. What was once distinct noise becomes part of the background, a soft blanket of sound that holds you safely. If there are voices speaking nearby, they become like whispers, distant and unimportant to your current journey. Even your own thoughts grow quieter now, not because they have stopped, but because they no longer need your attention. They continue their quiet work while you rest, supporting you from underneath this peaceful surface, like roots beneath a tall and steady tree. Your heartbeat finds its own perfect rhythm, slow and sure and completely trustworthy. Each pulse sends waves of calm throughout your entire being, carrying with it everything your body needs to heal, to restore, and to prepare for whatever comes next. There is no timeline for this restoration, no deadline for when you must feel better. Your body knows exactly how much time it needs. It has been taking care of you since long before today, and it will continue to do so long after these words. The resonance that surrounds you now is not something new. It is simply a reminder of what has always been there, a frequency that matches the natural harmony within you, helping to align all the different parts of yourself so that everything can work together more smoothly. As you sink deeper into this state, you may notice that your sense of time begins to change. Minutes stretch and bend like warm taffy. Seconds become spacious enough to breathe into. There is nowhere you need to be right now. Nothing urgent waits for your attention. Everything that matters can wait until you are ready, until you choose to return at your own pace, when you are truly refreshed and restored, when your inner wisdom says it is time. The images that were once so vivid begin to fade now, like photographs left in gentle sunlight. Their colors soften and their shapes blur until there is nothing left but pure feeling, warmth without source, and comfort without cause. You don't need to see anything to know you are safe. You don't need to understand everything to feel whole. Your body remembers what your mind sometimes forgets. That peace is your natural state. That stillness lives within every cell. This darkness you find yourself in is not empty. It is full of potential and possibility, full of the quiet strength that supports all life, full of the same force that makes flowers bloom and stars shine across impossible distances. You are connected to this force, whether you can name it or not, whether you believe in it or simply experience it. It flows through you and around you constantly, guiding your breath and supporting your rest, holding you in perfect balance. The resonance continues its gentle work, not pushing or pulling, but simply being present, like a friend who sits quietly beside you, offering support without needing anything in return, knowing that sometimes the greatest gift is simply presence. Your nervous system responds to this quality of presence. It recognizes safety in the consistency of tone, in the steadiness of rhythm that never falters. Your muscles release their habitual guard. Your mind stops scanning for threats that aren't there. This is what true relaxation looks like. Not the absence of activity, but the presence of trust. Trusting that you can let down your defenses. Trusting that you will still be cared for. Trusting that this moment is enough. The healing that begins here does not require effort from you. It happens naturally when conditions are right, when your system is allowed to rebalance itself, when your attention is not scattered across a dozen concerns, but gathered here in this single point of stillness. This gathering is not something you do. It is something that happens to you, like falling asleep or like rain beginning to fall. A natural process that unfolds when resistance softens, when the part of you that tries to control everything finally allows itself to rest and lets the deeper wisdom take over. The wisdom that knows how to repair a tired muscle, how to soothe an overworked heart, how to clear the fog from a confused mind. This wisdom does not need instructions. It simply needs space and time and safety, all of which you are providing right now by choosing to be here, by choosing to let go. The resonance works with this wisdom, matching its frequency amplifying its effects, creating conditions where healing can flourish, where your natural resilience can reassert itself, where you remember who you really are. Beneath all the roles you play, beneath all the stories you tell about yourself, beneath all the expectations others place upon you, there is a core of peace that never changes, a center of stillness that remains untouched, even when everything else feels uncertain, even when the world seems to spin faster. This place within you remains constant, a lighthouse in any storm, a home you can always return to. The resonance helps you remember this place, not as something you must search for, but as something you have never actually left, something that has simply been covered over by the busy surface activity of daily life. Now that covering is lifting, like mist rising from a calm lake, revealing what has always been there, waiting patiently for your attention, ready to offer its gifts whenever you are ready to receive them. There is no pressure to stay in this state forever, no expectation that you must master it completely. This is simply one way of touching base with the deeper currents that support your life, one way of remembering what true rest feels like. Whenever you carry this feeling with you, you carry a piece of this sanctuary, a memory of completeness that cannot be lost, even when circumstances change, even when challenges arise. You can return to this feeling anytime, simply by remembering that it exists, simply by taking a breath and letting it deepen, letting your shoulders drop and your jaw relax, letting the resonance remind you of what is always available just beneath the surface of ordinary awareness, like a spring that never runs dry, like a song that never stops playing, even when you cannot hear it clearly. The work of restoration continues now, whether you are aware of it or not. Your body takes what it needs from this experience. Your mind integrates whatever insights arise naturally. Your spirit replenishes itself from this source. There is no waste in this process. Nothing is lost or forgotten. Everything serves the greater wholeness. Every moment of stillness adds to your strength. Every breath of peace builds your resilience. This is not something you must understand completely. It is something you can simply trust, like trusting that the sun will rise tomorrow, like trusting that your heart will continue beating without needing to monitor it constantly. you can trust this process the same way, knowing that your deepest self knows what to do, knowing that healing follows its own perfect timing, knowing that rest is not wasted time, but invested time, invested in the most important relationship you have, the relationship with yourself, the relationship that makes all other relationships possible, the foundation upon which everything else is built. When this foundation is strong, everything else can weather any storm. When this foundation is tended with care, you find resources you never knew you had, courage that emerges from deep within, clarity that cuts through confusion. The resonance supports this foundation, not by fixing what is broken, but by reminding you what was never broken, what has always been whole, what simply needed to remember itself. And now, as we approach the end of these words, know that the resonance does not end with them. It continues its gentle work in the spaces between your thoughts, in the pauses between your breaths. It settles into your bones like warm honey. It flows through your blood like liquid light. It surrounds your heart like a protective cocoon, keeping alive everything that matters most, keeping safe everything that makes you uniquely you. This peace you have found here, this stillness you have touched, it is not dependent on these particular words or on this specific moment in time. It is available to you always, whenever you choose to return, whenever you remember that you can, like a favorite blanket folded and waiting, like a door that opens easily, like a path that leads you home. And when you do return, whether tomorrow or next week or months from now, you will find it exactly as you left it, unchanged and unchanged by your absence, patient and ready to welcome you back. Because this is not just a technique, not just a temporary state you achieve. This is a recognition of what is always true, a remembering of what never actually left, a coming home to yourself. And now, as you prepare to leave this space, know that you carry it with you, not as a burden, but as a blessing, not as something you must protect, but as something that protects you. The resonance remains active within you, continuing its subtle work, aligning your energy, clearing whatever no longer serves you, preparing you for whatever comes next. You do not need to hold onto anything. The experience integrates naturally, like water absorbed by thirsty soil, like nutrients taken up by healthy roots, effortlessly and completely. When you are ready to return to your day, you can do so gently, taking your time to reintegrate, allowing your awareness to expand gradually, bringing movement back to your body slowly. There is no rush to snap back, no need to abandon this peaceful state completely. You can carry pieces of it with you into whatever activities await you, into whatever conversations you join. Let this peace inform your choices. Let this stillness guide your responses. Let this wholeness support your interactions. Let this resonance remind you that you are never truly alone, that help is always available, that peace is always accessible, that rest is always permitted, that you are always enough, exactly as you are. And when sleep finally calls you, whether tonight or many nights from now, remember that you can return to this feeling just as easily as you can remember a dream, just as naturally as you can recall a smile. This peace is yours to keep. This stillness is yours to access. This wholeness is yours to embody, not because anyone gave it to you, but because it was always yours, waiting patiently, ready to welcome you whenever you choose to return, safe in the knowledge that you always will. Rest. Until we meet again in the quiet space between thoughts.